Hi, this is Dan Murphy, and you should have received either by email or Federal Express a mortgage application from us. If all the forms are clear, you don't need to watch this video. However, what I want to do in this video is go through each of the forms, explain them, so hopefully we can answer all your questions. If they're not answered and you still have other questions, just feel free to give me a call. Okay, the first page you're going to see is a list of documentation that we're going to need back. Could be things like pay stubs, W-2s, bank statements. They'll all be spelled out here. If you're missing one or two things, still send the package back and fax the other stuff later. But you can use the FedEx label, which is at the back of this package, or you can fax it, 610-622-4218, or you can email it to me. Next page is the first page of the application. Just go through this to make sure the information is accurate. If there's two people on the loan, you'll need to sign at the top of the first page. Second page lists your income and debts. Up in the upper right hand corner, it'll show what your proposed monthly payment would be. This is a page that needs to be signed by you in the middle. I'll put big X marks where you should sign. And it'll also show you the amount of cash you need to close. This is most of the time a blank page. It should have a big X drawn through it. If there's additional information that we need on the application, we'll put it there. Next page is a truth in lending form. This is the government's attempt to make explaining the loan and loan comparisons easy for you. You'll notice that you'll pay about 3 times back the amount of money that you paid. The interest rate will be higher than what we're charging you. That's your APR rate. It's kind of like when you go to the bank and the bank says you're earning 5%, but over time you're earning 5.5%. It's not exactly the same formula, but it's an attempt to do something very similar. Again, if you have questions, call me. Next form is a form that allows the mortgage company and the IRS to share information. So don't tell us anything different than you tell the IRS. What we'll do is request the last 2 years' tax returns to verify the information that we got on the application is the same as what you reported to them. Next page is either a lock-in form or a float form. Most applications will be floated until we get them back here in our office. We can't lock them until that point in time. Okay, this page is a servicing disclosure form. This says basically that your loan servicing rights can be sold. Doesn't change anything different in your contract. It just changes who you send your money to. This one says you're protected by a number of different federal laws: Equal Credit Opportunity Act, Right to Financial Privacy, Fair Credit Reporting Act. This is an email this is a website that you can go to get some booklets that the government puts out about shopping for loans. This would be a listing of any advance fees that would be collected with your loan. Could be for an appraisal report, which is usually around $400, or a credit report. This form allows us to charge your credit card for the appraisal or whatever advance fee we're charging you. This gives us permission to contact other people about you, like your bank, your employer, credit bureau. This is a Patriot Act form. It's to prevent financing terrorists. This is a privacy form that says we don't sell your name to anyone else. The only people that are going to have access to your information are people who have an interest in getting you a loan approved. This one says you need to have homeowners insurance on the property. This one says that we'll check with the IRS to verify that the information you tell us is the same with them. That's similar to the other form you signed. This is a verification we do on your Social Security number. So you want to sign this one the same as the way your name is on your Social Security card. There's one for each individual. If there's 2 people on the loan, then there'll be 2 forms in here. If there's only 1 person, there would just be the 1 form. This is an acknowledgement that you understand there's a right to get a copy of your appraisal, which we will send to you, in most cases automatically once it's done. If you're doing a refinance, this says what the benefit to you is. It could be lowering the interest rate, taking cash out, shortening the term of the loan. Each individual case would be different. Okay, this is a notice that you're entitled to receive a copy of your appraisal, and usually we'll email that out to you once the appraisal is done. If you're going to get a variable rate mortgage, and we're doing very few of them now, this is another form you would need to sign. This is important information about your loan, such as, are we going to collect taxes with the payment? In most cases we will, unless you put 20% down. We can lock your loan in. If it was a variable interest rate, we need to check it off, or if it's not, we'll check it off. Prepayment penalty, in most cases there's no prepayment penalty, balloon payment, or negative amortization, but they'll be checked appropriately there as well. That's a disclosure to you. This form states that you're aware that you're putting your house up as collateral for this loan. This is a receipt of a good faith estimate, which you'll receive. Sometimes it'll be in the package I send you, sometimes it'll be a day or two later. But you'll need to sign this and send it back, or the one that we send you afterwards. The last page is a FedEx label, which you can just print out and then tape it to a large envelope and put your forms in that large envelope, sealed up, and drop it off at a FedEx box. Or you can email or fax it back to us. Now, if you have an FHA loan, there's some additional forms you'll need to sign. If you don't have an FHA loan, you don't need to watch the rest of this video. One is that it's a good idea to get a home inspection for your own protection. The appraisal that we do gives us a value of what the property is worth compared to other sales. The home inspection tells you the condition of the property. You have a choice to do that or not do that, and they're just suggesting that it's a good idea to do that. This is a notice to homeowners that FHA asked us to give to borrowers. This is a comparison of FHA to a conventional loan. Conventional loans are usually going to require a larger down payment, though. This form says you're assuming personal liability for the loan. It'll also be conveyed in the mortgage note, which you'll sign to settlement, that you're responsible to pay them the money back that you're borrowing. This is an addendum to the application. Basically, it's FHA's application. This is similar to the other form you signed. It allows us to contact people about you. This is a form if you're purchasing a home that you'll sign, and the realtors, the buyer and seller, will also sign. All you can control right now is that you sign it, and we'll take care of getting a hold of the realtors. Wow, that's it. Those are all the forms. So sign them and send them back. If you have questions, give me a holler. Thank you.